Perhaps there is no better example of how basic scientific research can improve human life than Jason McLellan's story. Using the tools of structural biology, Dr. McLellan has focused on unraveling the chemistry of host-pathogen interactions, knowledge he hoped would eventually prevent and treat disease. So when the MERS coronavirus started killing people a decade ago, he and colleagues began researching this family of viruses with its distinctive spike protein. This meant his team was ready when SARS-CoV-2 emerged in humans. In less than a month, working around the clock, they were able to help design the protein that forms the basis for COVID-19 vaccines and helped create antibody treatments.
He's applied his fundamental science to development of vaccines and using structure of viral proteins to understand how to make better vaccines, how to make better drugs. So you just have to look at the COVID vaccines. It's saved millions, if not tens of millions of lives and reduced a lot of human suffering. More than anyone I know, he's been able to translate fundamental basic science into results with enormous impact on human health.
Today, the Welch Foundation salutes Dr. McLellan's groundbreaking and life-saving success in applying structural biology to prevent and treat infectious diseases with the 2023 Norman Hackerman Award in Chemical Research.
I just love science. I love being here. I'm usually here 6 days a week. I'm always excited to see new results, and hopefully that shows my general love of science.
Dr. McLellan earned degrees in chemistry and structural biology, applying both to innovative vaccine development as a postdoctoral fellow at the National Institutes of Health. There, he developed a vaccine for RSV, or respiratory syncytial virus, in research that was named one of the top 10 breakthroughs of the year.
Jason's work is among the very earliest to appreciate the idea that when you make a vaccine, you don't have to rely on just what nature gives you, and you can use structural guided design. You can determine the molecular structure of the immunogen that you're trying to generate a response to, and you can actually improve it. It was a true intellectual leap.
Jason's a first-rate thinker. He's rational, he's creative, he's tenacious. He's not afraid of tough problems and goes where the science takes him.
Dr. McLellan's lab continues efforts to improve RSV's and coronavirus's vaccine efficacy and treatments, while also expanding the research to other pathogens.
I think there's a great synergy between basic science and translational research. A lot of times you're trying to answer important questions, and those questions can lead to the development of new technologies, techniques, reagents, and a lot of times those reagents and techniques can help answer new questions in the basic science. So the work that we do is fairly competitive. We do need to make sure that we're working hard, we're working efficiently. We also want to make sure that we're really creating a healthy place for people to grow, to learn, to develop as scientists.
He's not only a fantastic scientist, but he's a great colleague and a great mentor to his students. And he's a fantastic teacher as well.
Dr. McLellan crafted and teaches a popular course in learning to analyze scientific papers, useful in developing critical thinking skills and gaining inspiration for new research.
So I generally tell my students, I think that the keys to success in science are to work hard, be smart, and get lucky. The more you're able to read in the literature, the better idea that you have of different findings you can piece together, come up with some new surprising result.
Dr. McLellan also spearheaded a restructuring of one of the college's graduate programs to make it a better experience for the students and the school.
We all knew it needed to happen, and he was the one who could come in and say, like, not only be unafraid of the work, but as a young whippersnapper, tell us all what needs to be done, and then have the managerial skills to make it happen. It's impressive.
Jason's a great colleague. He's really thoughtful. He's funny. He's got a little Yoda in his office sitting behind him. Comes up with good ideas. He's a big community builder. He's got the whole package.
The In the evenings, Dr. McLellan turns off work to focus on his family. Wife Janelle and children Gavin, 12, and Kaya, 8. Pickleball, soccer, movie nights, games.
He's a very good dad. He's fun. I think he has a really good way to switch into like fun mode and play video games and play soccer, and something that is really easy for him to do, just like teaching people and being with people.
Born in Detroit to Scott and Karen McLellan, Jason is the eldest of 3 and the first in the family to go to college where his interest in science blossomed. He met Janelle when both were working on campus, and they married 5 years later.
I think there is some analogy between pursuing a career in science, not really knowing how it's going to turn out. I think that's a lot like watching your children sort of find different interests, pursue different avenues. We don't know ultimately how it's going to end up, but we hope they're tenacious, they keep pursuing their interests and end up falling in love with something and do that for the rest of their life.
You can see he has this inner curiosity, his love for science. You'll talk about the scientific topic with him, and after a few sentences, he really gets into the topic, and he knows so much. He always have some new ideas. So it's like, you always get inspired by this person because his passion for science is contagious.
One of the best lines I ever read in a letter of reference was, "I don't know what this person will be doing in 10 years, but I know it will be interesting." And I think that applies to Jason in spades. He's going to continue to have a huge impact on therapeutics and vaccines.
Most of us would be happy to do a few percentage accomplishment points of what Jason has already done. Nothing he could accomplish would surprise me at this point. He really is amazing.
There's so many different pathogens that we can apply structure-based vaccine design to. So we're working on a lot of viruses. We're also starting to look at bacteria, particularly with the rise of antibiotic resistance. Fields moved on to structure-based design for parasites, fungal pathogens. So there's no shortage of important human pathogens for which we need vaccines.
Advancing chemistry, improving life. For his innovative research, excellence in teaching, and commitment to making the world a better place. The Welch Foundation honors Jason S. McLellan with the 2023 Norman Hackerman Award in Chemical Research.